All right, everybody. Hello, and welcome to Big Jims Blogcast Live. Hold on here a sec. Yeah, hold on. There we go. Let's see. I'm going to post this to my profile. Let's see here. Okay, share to... Okay. Share... There we go. All right, posting. And yeah, if you can hear me, there we go. All right, let's see here. Okay. 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 Okay, so I'm gonna. All right, let's see. Share. All right, share now. Public. Share. All right. So, okay. All right. So, anyways, yes, welcome to Big Jims Blogcast Live. There we are. Okay. Whoops. Okay, I'm just giving it out of the way here. All right, so, all right, okay. Okay. All right, yeah, let's say hello. Let's say hello. All right. This is Big Jims Blogcast Live. All right, it is the last one for 2022. Okay, let me... All right. All right. There we are. Okay. Okay. All right. So, anyways. Okay. So, anyways, yeah, welcome. Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 4.0, episode 237. All right. So, let me expand on that. All right. Here we go. So, yeah. It is Thursday, December 29th, 2022. This is episode 237. All right. And, whoops. Okay. Oh, that's good. Hopefully. Yeah. And so, I haven't been here in a couple of weeks, so welcome to Big Jims Blogcast Live. All right. So it's a episode 237. It's the last one for 2022. I'll do my intro and disclaimer. Welcome to Big Jims Blogcast Live version 4.0, episode 237 on Facebook Live, airing Sundays, the occasional Friday or the occasional Saturday night, or the once in a while wine o'clock Wednesdays. We're in our fourth year. We debuted back in November of 2018. We're based out of Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. Big Jims Blogcast Live does craft beer reviews, like over 200 and counting, from craft breweries like breweries right here in Sarnia, from across Ontario, and even across Canada. We pair it up with a good cigar and a spirit. Tonight's craft beer is called 21 Lagered Ale by the Outlaw Brewing Company in Southampton, Ontario, Canada. I will get to that in a minute. We partnered that up with like Crown Royal Vanilla and a nice Rocky Patel cigar here. So, all right. So anyways, yeah. Big Jims Blogcast Live keeps you informed with like local events near you, birthday shout-outs to our friends. We talk about classic TV, spin-offs, 1, 2, 3 season wonders, canceled TV shows, 70s, 80s, 90s rock, one-hit wonders, classic albums, classic guitar duos. Classic pro wrestling, like from the 70s, 80s, 90s, the jobbers, the pro wrestling, like the defunct leagues like the WW or the WCW, the NWA, the AWA, the classic tag teams, classic sci-fi like droid ships, weapons, aliens, minor characters from Star Wars, Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica. This week in Van Halen history, sports, hockey, baseball, football, UFC, classic 70s, 80s, 90s movies, sequels, prequels, random gong solos. All right, boom. So, yeah, that's Big Jims Blogcast Live in a nutshell. Turn us on, tune in, enjoy the show. Let's keep it fun, light, fresh. I want to tell you guys that Big Jims Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on all these audio listening platforms, including Spotify, Anchor, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at youtube.com. And plus, I want to give shouts out to everybody watching in the Sarnia, Port Elgin groups, all the chain reaction, all the pop culture, which reminds me, I do some sharing here. All right. So, all right. Let's see. All right. Okay. Post. All right. So, anyways. Okay. Let me do this faster on my phone. So, anyways. Yeah. So, and another thing. Okay. All right. So, okay, it is the last one for 2022. Okay. Oh, yeah. Whoops. All right. Okay. Yeah. So, anyways, I may say a few bad, dirty words on here, like shit, damn, screw, fuck. Go to your safe space corner, get a Kleenex. Be forewarned, because that'll be like it's those words may slip out. So, all right. Okay. All right. So, okay. I'm going to do some more sharing. So, all right. All right. So, but yeah, all right. So, anyways, yeah, I will. All right. All right. All right, okay. Hey, how's it going, Sue? All right, everybody. All right, now you've got my full attention here. So, anyways, yeah, tonight I will get to your craft beer review tonight. But tonight is the most, if you like it, tonight is the last blogcast of 2022. So, all right, okay. So, how many times have this been shared? All right, so, all right. Okay, so yeah, it is the last blogcast of 2022. I will get to some birthday shout-outs, countdowns, local events, what's left of 2022. We'll go over the career. A good movie. We're looking back at 2022. I did the movie Grease on here. Plus, I looked at the late. We'll do a tribute to Olivia Newton John. I did a series overview, seasons 1 to 8 of Magnum PI. We'll look at the career of the late Scott Hall, better known as Razor Ramon. We'll look at we'll honor Nichelle Nichols of Lieutenant Uhura and one of her best moments in Star Trek history. Classic albums, I've got 3 of them here. Xanadu, classic albums from Bon Jovi, the Xanadu soundtrack, and Meatloaf. We'll honor our fallen, dear departed celebrities who left us in 2022. Van Halen, this week in Van Halen history. And tons of other stuff. So stick with us. I know you like, all right, okay. So, all right. All right, I'm totally, who is lost here? So, okay. All right. Okay, so. All right. So, anyways, it appears I've been in Facebook jail. I just got a notification that I'm in Facebook jail. All right, but hey, anyways, okay, here we go. Okay. Only you can see this. You can't use groups for 6 days. All right. See why. All right. Bound by our technology. Okay. All right. All right. So, anyways, yeah, I want to give that shouts out. So, this is our last one in 2022. Let's see here. Account. See all profiles. Big Jims Blogcast Live. So we'll get going soon as possible here. And so, all right. Okay. All right. So we will get going here. Shared your video. Yeah. All right. So, okay, good. Cool. All right. So we will get going in a minute here. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Expand that. There we go. All right. So anyways, all right, okay. Gong time. We'll honor, and we also will honor our craft breweries I visited in 2022. So let's get going here, shall we? All right. Boom. Okay. All right. So before we get to our birthday shoutouts, and we've got a ton of them. Okay. All right. We've got a ton of them. Tonight's craft beer is called 21 Lagered Ale by the Outlaw Brewing Company. And if it seems familiar, it probably is, because on July 19th, 2019, on Blogcast 69, I gave it a 5 out of 5 rating. But I have since changed the rating system a long time ago. So now I'm giving it a rating out of 10 tonight. So I haven't tried it in 2.5 years. Let's see if it all right, pouring this one. There we go. Okay. So good texture. All right, so I do give it a rating. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh, oh! Look at that! Look at that foam right there! Look at that! Look at that head! All right, so okay. So Steve, I see you're watching. Steve, Happy New Year to everybody out there. So I'm gonna look at that foamy goodness there. So okay, so I'm gonna top this up a little bit more. Like I said, this is the second time I'm trying it. I tried it 3.5 years ago under the old rating system. I got my groove on. I'm gonna try it again. Not that bad. Crisp, clean taste to it. Let's fill her up again. All right. This is Outlaw Brew, 21 Lagered Ale in Southampton, Ontario, Canada. And so I'm re-rating it. Smooth, comfortable beer. There's a word I haven't used in a long time. Comfortable. So yeah, smooth, goes down smooth, like, and it's comfortable. Got a clean, crisp taste to it. Now I do give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So you guys who've been around know the deal. All right, and I'm chasing it down with like Crown Royal Vanilla. Oh yeah, and I've got a good cigar here. This is a Rocky Patel vintage cigar. That's right this way, yeah. All right. Okay. So anyway. All right. Okay. Oh boy. Haven't had a cigar in about a week and a half. So this is a Rocky Patel vintage. All right. So let's get these out of the way. Get these out of the way. Yeah. So all right. Let's see. Share the group. Okay. Okay. All right. So it appears that during my blogcast, I've been put in Facebook jail. So, but okay. You know, so people, this is Big Jims Blogcast Live version 4.0, episode 237. Thursday, December 29th, 2022. This is the last, and I want to wish everybody out there a Happy New Year. Happy 2023. This is the last one for last blogcast for 2022. We've got our last craft beer review. We're going to do like birthday shoutouts coming up, or we'll do some like where are all the hot New Year's Eve spots out there. Some countdowns. I'll do this right now. Countdowns. New Year's Eve, it's in 2 days. There you go. All right, boom. All right. Like I said, we're going to go over the career of. I've got a movie on right now, Grease. We'll go through that. We'll go through the career of the late Olivia Newton John, who left us this year. Also, the Magnum PI. Earlier this year, I did like a series, season 1 to 8 overview of Magnum PI earlier this year on the blogcast. We'll look at the career of the late Scott Hall, the legendary Scott Hall, who was Razor Ramon in WWE. He passed away earlier this year. Nichelle Nichols, the late legendary Nichelle Nichols, you know her best as Lieutenant Uhura. One of her best moments in the Star Trek movies. We've got a triple shot classic album from Bon Jovi, Meatloaf, Xanadu. This week in Van Halen history, we'll do tributes to celebrities who passed away this year. Mark, I see you're just watching. Happy New Year, Mark. Happy New Year, Steve. Happy New Year, Susan. We've got my and this week in Van Halen history coming right up. All right. All right. And this is a Rocky Patel cigar, vintage. So, if you're out there, say hello. Say hello. So, anyways, our craft brewer beer for tonight, and I'm re-rating it. Trying it for the second time. Back in July 19th, 2019 on Blogcast 69, I gave it a 5 out of 5 rating. This is Outlaw Brew 21 Lagered Ale by the Outlaw Brewery in Southampton, Ontario, Canada. Now, I've since changed the rating system. I'm going to give it a rating out of 10 later on in the Blogcast. But, oh yeah. Kim, Happy New Year to you too. I see you've just tuned in and watching. Yeah, this is a clean, comfortable, crisp beer. Right off the bat. Goes down smooth, no unpleasant aftertaste to it. And I'm going to give it a rating out of 10 later on in the Blogcast. So if you're still here, stick around. It is 21 Lagered Ale by the Outlaw Brewery in Southampton, Ontario, Canada. So, and I'm chasing it down with like Crown Royal Vanilla. All right, and so, oh yeah, all right, good stuff there. Okay, boom. Our gong salute. So, anyways, yeah. All right. So, it is Thursday, December 29th, 2022. All right. So, anyways, I'm going to... All right, let's see here. Switch over. I'm going to see how... All right. So, exclusively... Oh, come on. All right. Let's see. How many times has this been shared? Okay. So, yeah. All right. So, okay. All right. So, it seems that during the course of the Blogcast, to start, Facebook put me in jail. So, no skin off my nose. So, anyways, let's switch back here. And let's see. 34 notifications. Okay. So when we get going, we're going to get going here. Okay. All right. Ooh, account restricted. Ooh. Okay. All right. So. All right. So anyways, if you're out there, and if you like us, share us, subscribe to us. We're not spam, as anything. Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 4.0. We're not spam. So, oh yeah. I hope everybody's enjoying their holidays. I hope you had a nice Christmas. I did. I'm looking forward to 2023. Happy New Year to everybody out there. Okay, so anyways, yeah, so let's get to some birthday shout-outs here. All right, from Sunday, December 18th to Saturday, December 31st. We've got tons of people here. Jeremy Burr, Curtis Ackerman, Chris Etherington, Glenn McKinnon from Chain Reaction, great little band there. Marianne Pugsley, Janet DeBoer, Terry Burrell, Carrie Wrightson, Tanya Pether, Dar Bunda, Sherry Bell, Sherry Lemke, Lynette Rager, Ian Brown, Kim Monday. Kim, happy birthday. I know you're watching. Carol Butler, Brandon Foster, Andy Gottschub, Jerry Berensky, Keith Airy, Dave Miller, Tammy Duke, Janet Bordeaux, Julie Holden, Jennifer Honsinger, Jerry Chevalier, Jody Beggs, Billy Joe Tiplady, Margaret Bird, Chris Thomas. Happy birthday, everybody, from Big Jims Blogcast Live. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed your birthdays over the holidays. These birthdays extend from December 18th to Saturday, December 31st. All right. So, okay. All right, so if you're out there, you're watching, say hello. This is Big Jims Blogcast Live, episode 237. version 4.0, Tuesday or Thursday, December 29th, 2022. So, all right. So, the craft beer for tonight, I brought two of them in the backups. It is called 21 Lager Ale by the Outlaw Brewery in Southampton, Ontario, Canada. I'll open this up. All right. Top it up here. I've got their I've got their glass here. Oh yeah, Outlaw Brew. All right. I just topped that up. All right. So there we go. Now I first tried this beer back on Blogcast 69 on July 29th or July 19th, 2019. I gave it a 5 out of 5 rating. I changed my rating system since then. So, God damn, it's still a crisp, clean, comfortable. I've never used that word before, comfortable. Now, when I do craft beer reviews, I don't go like, well, it's very exquisite tasting, and you'll never find another exquisite. I don't use those fancy words like that. I just go with my gut. So, anyways, if you're watching out there, so I do give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. But this is a good spring, summer, and fall beer, right off the hop. All right, so chasing it down with like Crown Royal Vanilla. All right. Oh yeah. And a good cigar. It is a Rocky Patel Vintage 1999 cigar. So if you like Big Jims Blogcast Live, share us. We're not spam. Share us because, like, at the beginning of the blogcast, as I was sharing this blogcast, we were put in Facebook jail unexpectedly. I can't do anything for 6 days. Well, like that. I'm not okay. I'm not really worried. All right. I'd like to say out there to everybody, Happy New Year. Okay, wherever you're going. So with COVID, okay, we're going to get to some local events here. So, all right. Boom. Okay, before we get underway, all right, so let's see here. Now, with local events, the past couple of years, COVID's really put a damper on them. Buzzwords were hiatus, rescheduled, canceled, postponed. They've come back in a big way. So here we go. Saturday night dances will be like, we'll continue. They've continued on through December. They'll continue on through January, the 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at the Sarnia Legion in Sarnia. $7 cover charge, classic rock and country. 286 Front Street North. They will run until the end to January to February. Saturday, February 18th, 2023 is Full Petty Fever. Valentine's Bash at Rustic, 8 p.m. in Sarnia, Ontario. Tickets are www.ticketscene.ca. Rustic, great little like music venue there. Saturday, June 21st, 2023 at 2 p.m. is the Polar Plunge, hosted by Sons of Kent Brewing Company, 27 Adelaide Street South, Chatham. Sons of Kent, another awesome brewery. I visited it this past year. Saturday, December 21st, or Saturday, December 31st, 2022, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. is the New Year's Eve Bash at the Insignia Hotel, 283 Christina Street, North Sarnia. Tickets at all events. General admission is $95. The VIP Legacy Room ticket is $145. Always a good time there. Saturday, December 31st, 6:30 is the New Year's Eve Bash. New Year's Eve with Painkiller Jane at the Sunbridge Hotel in Sarnia, Point Edward, 1498 Venetian Boulevard. Saturday, December 31st, New Year's Eve party at Two Water Brewing in Corunna with a live DJ. Two Water Brewing, also a great little like Brewery right out there in Corunna. So we salute you. All right. All right. So, anyways, yeah. All right. Let's see here. See all profiles. There we go. Let's go. Just getting. All right. Okay. All right. So here we are. Okay. All right. So yeah. All right. So we got that out of the way. Anyways, before we get started in on tonight's blogcast, the last one for 2022, I wanted to say that Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Anchor FM, all these audio listening platforms. We listen to podcasts, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at youtube.com. We are not spam. I want to give shouts out to everybody watching the Sarnia, Port Elgin groups, all the craft beer, cigars, Chain Reaction. Glenn and the guys put on a great show. If you ever get a chance to see Chain Reaction, go out there, do so. All the pop culture, retro, classic nostalgia, all the Van Halen groups, all the retro hard rock groups, craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Wars, Star Trek, pro wrestling, classic TV and movies, the Bon Jovi, the Meatloafs, the Magnum PIs, the Olivia Newton John groups tonight. Yeah, so, all right. All righty, here we go. So, yeah. Okay. Okay, all right. Okay. So, there we are. All right. Okay. So, anyways, yeah. All right. So, yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. We've got our craft beer for tonight. It is called 21 Lagered Ale by the Outlaw Brewery in Southampton, Ontario, Canada. Brewery which I visited this past year. I've got their glass. Now this is the second time I'm trying it. Now I've tried it way back July 19th, 2019 on Blogcast 69. That's when I gave it a 5 out of 5 rating. I've since then, a long time ago, changed the rating system. And I'm re-rating this beer, re-reviewing it. Which is a damn good beer so far. Spring, summer, and fall beer. It crisp, clean, comfortable. And I do give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So if you stick around, you want to throw out a number there. Audience participation is what we're all about here. Goes down smoothly. There's no unpleasant aftertaste to it. Chasing it down with Crown Royal Vanilla. We're going to have some fun tonight. So, okay. All right. So, yeah. And I've got the good cigar going here. All right. So, there we go. There we are. I just put in a little comment myself. Hello, everyone. Okay. So, we're going to change this. Okay. All right. There we are. All right. Yeah, who showed the love out there? Yeah, that's right. So, okay. All right. So, All right. So, anyways, yeah. Now I've got the movie on tonight. Our classic movie, and we talked about this past year. Grease, the Rock and Rydell edition. So, da, 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 da. All right. So, okay. As we go over the career of Miss Olivia Newton John. All right. So, all right, we've got the Rock and Rydell edition here. Grease, I've got the movie on right now. And this was, the DVD actually was released on September 19th, 2006. The actual movie, Grease, was released June 16th, 1978. Basically, you've got the summer of 1958, Danny and Sandy, who's Australian. They meet and fall in love at the beach. Summer ends. Sandy has to go back to Australia. Thinks that they won't meet again. Danny starts his senior year at Rydell High School. Is the leader of the T-Birds Greaser gang. There's also a clique girl gang group called the Pink Ladies. Sandy doesn't go to Australia. She enrolls at Rydell High. She befriends Frenchie, a pink lady. Goes into a musical number, Summer Nights. Sandy and Danny reunite through the courtesy of through Rizzo. Danny acts like a dick in front of her friends. You know that scene where like Rizzo introduces like Sandy to Danny. Danny's like, he's like, oh, all cool. Oh yeah, huh? Yeah, I'm rocking, I'm rolling. It's my name, baby. Don't worry. He acts like a dick. I know. I've done that. I gotta confess, I've done that several times in my youth, and I wish I could like just go back and slap myself for doing that. There's a huge drag race between the T-Birds and the Scorpions at Thunder Road. There's another musical number, Grease Lightning. Sandy tries to make Danny jealous by dating a jock, Tom. Frenchie is visited by like a guardian angel who advises her to return to school. There's another musical number, Beauty School Dropout. There's a big high school dance. But you get the idea for those who've seen this. It was more about our Olivia Newton John tribute tonight. I've posted several like clips from the movie and interviews on my Facebook page and my Blogcast page. So this was Grease won 3 People's Choice Awards winner in 1979. This budget for this movie was $6 million. The box office was like through the roof, $367 million. You've got the cast here. The whole cast of Grease right there. Plus a reunion. There we go. The reunion. So, all right. Now, all right. So there we go. There's Grease. So now we've, yeah. So now, this past year, we lost Olivia Newton John. I'm gonna give a 5 bell gong salute here. So, and yeah, to cancer. So, Grease was one of the best movies of her career. She passed away August 8th for breast cancer at the age of 73. She had a couple of good movies like Grease, Xanadu. There's like a poster like from Xanadu. The movie was a big flop. There's the cast: Gene Kelly, Olivia Newton John, and Michael Beck. And what can you say about Miss John? That Miss Olivia Newton John. Well, hey, come. Yeah, I know. I mean, I wish I could just. I've done that, like act like a dick towards a woman I like. Yeah, I've done it in my youth. Like, I mean, and if I could, I'd reach out, just slap myself. I mean, I know all guys have done that But that's another subject for another time here. And she made here's like another one of her like classic albums, Physical. She's appeared on Saturday Night Live, American Idol. Murphy Brown is herself. 10-time American Music Award winner for Best Female Artist. 9-time Billboard Award winner. 4-time Grammy Award winner. 4-time People's Choice Award winner. 1979 Officer of the Order of the British Empire by Queen Elizabeth. 1990 she was a Goodwill Ambassador for the UN. 1999 Red Cross Humanitarian Award for breast cancer. 2002 Hall of Fame, Australian Recording Association. 27 studio albums. I mean, here we go. All right. And to Miss Olivia Newton John, as here's to you, Miss John, wherever you are right now. May you rest in peace. May you rock on in peace. So, cheers, Miss Olivia Newton John. So, anyways, all right. So, and I posted like tributes to her on my Blogcast page and my Facebook page. So, there we go. A true legendary figure we lost earlier this year, Miss Olivia Newton John. So, all right. Okay. So, okay, people. All right. So, good cigar there. All right. So our craft beer for tonight, we've got all sorts of. We'll probably be on here for quite a while. If you're following us, Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 4.0, episode 237. It is Thursday, December 29th, 2022. It is the last blogcast for 2022, and we won't return until like mid-January 2023. So tonight's craft beer, damn good craft beer. It is called 21 Lagered Ale by the Outlaw Brewery in Southampton, Ontario, Canada. I've got their glass, and I'm re-rating this. Like back, it was 3 years ago, July 19, 2019, on Blogcast 69. I gave it a 5 out of 5 rating. And since then, I've changed my rating system. I'll explain it later on in the blogcast, but gotta say, this is like a crisp, clean, comfortable beer. It's a spring, summer, and fall beer. No unpleasant aftertaste to it. Goes down really smooth. I highly recommend this for like very highly. So I give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So if you're still here and you want to throw out a number, please feel free to do so. Yummy. Chasing it down with like Crown Royal vanilla. So, all right. Let's get physical. I want to get. Don't know. I don't want to get in any more trouble, like quoting lyrics. I mean, so, anyways, yeah. All right. All right. Oh. It's a Rocky Patel vintage 1999 cigar. So, all right. Anyways, yeah, good for fishing too. It is a good beer, good for fishing. So yeah, as I'm going to remind everybody throughout the blogcast, this blogcast is not spam. The audio version goes out later on Spotify, Anchor FM, and all these audio listening platforms where you listen to your podcast to, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at youtube.com. Shouts out to everybody watching it in the Sarnia, Port Elgin groups. Sarnia Rocks, Chain Reaction, great little, good band, awesome band there. All the pop, retro, classic, pop culture, nostalgia groups, all the hard rock, hair metal, Van Halen groups, all the craft beer, cigars, Star Wars, sci-fi, Star Trek, pro wrestling, your blog groups, your classic TV and movies, Olivia Newton John, Bon Jovi, Meatloaf, Magnum, Scott Hall, rock on, yeah. So, anyways, all right. So, all right. All right, more gongs there. All right. Oh, yeah, we're having fun. This is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 4.0, episode 237. Thursday, December 29th, 2022. So, yeah. So earlier this year, I did an overview of Magnum PI. As you can see in the back right there, I've got seasons. This is Magnum PI Season 1 to Season 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, so anyways. All right, so. Okay. So anyways, yeah, so we did like earlier this year. It was like Magnum PI seasons 1 to 8 over the course of like 8 blogcasts. The original cast. So basically, this is the season overview of Magnum PI seasons 1 to 8. The original cast: Tom Selleck. Here we go. Tom Selleck, Jonathan Hillerman, Larry Manetti, and the late Roger E. Mosley, who unfortunately passed away this year. Tom Selleck as Magnum PI, Roger E. Mosley as T.C. Calvin, John Hillerman as Jonathan Higgins, and Larry Manetti as Rick Wright. So, now, Season 1 debuted December 11th, 1980, from April 16th, 1981, in the net 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. time slot for 18 episodes. It didn't do badly. It did a 14 rating, 21 share, which means it started off with 34 million viewers. So you had that typical, like, here's what, there you go. Here's the primetime schedule for it. Basically, over the 8 seasons, but there were some big changes from Season 7 to Season 8. Now, now, it was one of my favorite shows growing up. Like, so, find this here. Let's see. Lots of memorable guest stars. We had, like, Season 2 debuted October 8th, 1981 to April 1st of 1980. Season 2, actually. Season 2. From October 8th, 1981 to April 1st, 1982 for 22 episodes. Again, CBS put it in the 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. slot on Thursday nights. Ranked number 17, 20.9 share. That means 18 million viewers. Season 3, September 30th, 1982 to April 28th, 1983 for 23 episodes. Ranking number 3. 22.6 share, which means 35 million viewers. Again, in the Thursday night time slot, 8 p.m. till 9 p.m. Season 4 started September 29th, 1983, from May 3rd, 1984. 21 episodes. Again, it was a ratings winner. It ranked number 6. CBS put it in the 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. time slot, Thursday nights. 22.4 share, which means 33 million viewers. Season 5, I guess this is where the downturn begins. September 27th, 1984 to April 4th, 1985 for 22 episodes. Again, Thursday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. time slot. It slipped all the way to number 15, 19.1 share, which means it went from 33 million viewers to 19 million viewers. It had competition. in the form of The Cosby Show, which would turn into a huge ratings killer for Magnum, and plus Who's the Boss. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The Cosby Show for NBC and Who's the Boss for ABC. And so, yeah. Family Ties, where is that? Oh, yeah. That's another... All right. So... Oh, yeah. The Cosby Show. It was the combination of The Cosby Show and Family Ties that that affected Magnum's ratings. So... But... what was I going to... Oh, yeah. So, season 6, September 26th, 1985 to April 10th, 1986 for 21 episodes. It slid all the way down to number 46 with a 14.6 share. That means like 13 million viewers. The Cosby Show and Family Ties were really doing the damage to Magnum PI. 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Thursday night time slot. So now NBC or CBS had to do something drastic with the move. So they moved it, like I said. Now from season 7 to 8, they moved it over to Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. till 10 p.m. Where it didn't have that much competition. Now, season 7 begins October 1st, 1986 to April 15th, 1987, 22 episodes. Wednesdays, 9 p.m. till 10 p.m. Ranking 33 with a 16.1. Did a little bit better, 24 million viewers. And then we get to season 8, which unfortunately, as with most long-running TV shows go, this would be the last season of Magnum PI. It had 13 episodes, October 7th, 1987 to May 1st, 1988. Wednesday night time slot, 9 p.m. till 10 p.m. Ranking 40. Oh, that's a bit of a... That had to hurt. 14.4 share, which means 21 million viewers. So over the course of the season, Magnum at its highest had 34 million viewers, right down to its lowest, which was like 13 million viewers, and then he bounced back to 21 million. But it was clearly time for Magnum to make its exit, its final season. As you know, it was clearly, as most long-running TV shows go. I just think that the cast wanted a break. So, but there were many memorable moments on Magnum PI. This guy, veteran character actor, Lance Legault. The legendary Lance Legault, veteran character actor, played Magnum Superior in the Navy. And okay, there we go. And then there was talk. We have the late Roger E. Mosley as T.C. Calvin, who unfortunately passed away this year. And then there was talk of several crossover episodes. Now, with you recognize Angela Lansbury, Murder, She Wrote. If I'm not mistaken, Murder, She Wrote was right after Magnum. It was either right before or right after Magnum PI, so there was a few crossover episodes. The late Angela Lansbury also passed away this year. All right, so, and then let's see. Like I said, its ratings competition wasn't that much until The Cosby Show showed up. And then it just decimated it decimated its competition, like Joni Loves Chachi, Mork and Mindy, Auto Man. So, but the funny thing is that now, can you see Tom Selleck as Indiana Jones? Look at that. Here's the first one. There's the other one. Producers. All right. When Magnum first started, all right, Tom Selleck had a choice of starring in Raiders of the Lost Ark before starring in Magnum PI. So, and he wanted to do both, but the producers of Magnum PI and CBS said, no, you've got to pick one or the other. And they went with Magnum, which turned out fine. I get fine, because I can't see Tom Selleck as Indiana Jones. I really can't see that. So, good. That was a good, sometimes these decisions were were easy for CBS and the producers of Magnum PI, but I cannot see. That's totally wrong. It would be totally wrong for the role of Indiana Jones. And as we all know, the Harrison Ford took the role of Indiana Jones, and the rest, they say, is history. As did Tom Selleck as Thomas Magnum. Oh. All right. So yes, there's also the crossover. Angela Lansbury starred in Murder, She Wrote. She also passed away this year. So like I said, seasons 1 to 8 of Magnum PI. The current Magnum PI is garbage. I can't really watch it. So, all right. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. So, all right. There you go. Okay. All right. So, and like I said, I posted. What do we got here? So, all right. Okay. There we are. We're just doing a few sharing. Yeah. So if you like Big Jims Blogcast Live, oh yeah, and I posted if you can find it, I posted several clips of Magnum PI, the original Magnum PI, the original cast interviews on my Facebook page and my Blogcast page. So, yeah. All right. So. Five gong salute for Roger E. Mosley and Angela Lansbury. All right. Cheers, Miss Lansbury and Mr. Mosley, for wherever you are. All right. Yummy. Okay. Good cigar here. It's a Rocky Patel Vintage Connecticut. I got it from the Riverfront Cigars here in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. All right. So, and like I said, they had this was like the schedule, like from Thursdays from season one to season 6. Magnum PI was in the Thursday night time slot from 9 p.m. till 10 p.m. But Cosby Show and Family Ties came along during season 6. That was real competition. They didn't have much competition from Barney Miller, Taxi, Mork and Mindy, Joni Loves Chachi, Happy Days, or Auto Man. But Who's the Boss put a dent in their ratings, in Magnum's ratings. 1988. It was a good run for Magnum PI. So, all right. Okay. All right. So, that'll change in 2023, trust me. So, anyways, all right. So, all right, it is Big Jims Blogcast Live version 4.0. Episode 237 is Thursday, December 29th, 2022. Let's see. Well, as I'm going to remind you, Big Jims Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version goes out later on Spotify, Anchor FM, and all these audio listening platforms where you listen to your podcast to, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at youtube.com. Like us, share us, subscribe to us all over Facebook. As they put me in jail right at the start of the blogcast. So I think I can't share, but you can share. So please feel free to do so. I want to give shouts out to everybody watching the Port Elgin Sarnia groups, all the Chain Reaction, all the retro classic nostalgia pop culture groups, all the hard rock, hair metal, Van Halen groups, craft beer, cigars, all the sci-fi, Star Wars, Star Trek, pro wrestling, blog groups, the classic TV and movies, Olivia Newton John, Bon Jovi, Meatloaf, Magnum, Scott Hall. All right. And so, okay. And tonight's craft beer, it is 21 Lagered Ale by Outlaw Brewery in Southampton, Ontario, Canada. This, I tried this back in July 19th, 2019 on Blogcast 69, and I gave it a rating about 5 out of 5. So I changed the rating system then, and so I'm going to just, all right, top her up here. So I'm going to give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast, but I'll say this. It's a crisp, clean, comfortable beer. Spring, summer, and fall. Good fishing beer. Yeah. No unpleasant aftertaste to it. So if you're still here, you're still sticking around by the end of the blogcast, I do give it a rating out of 10. Feel free to throw it a number. And I am chasing it down with Crown Royal Vanilla. All right. So, oh yeah. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Whew. Good cigar there. It's a Rocky Patel vintage 1999 cigar. All right. So, anyways, we move on. Now, all right. So, let's see here. All right. So, anyways. Now, earlier this year, Scott Hall, who you best know, all right, this dude right here, Razor Ramon, he passed away earlier this year. Scott Hall, a career overview. He's been in like the AWA, WCW, WWE, and then back to WCW. Now, he was trained by Hiro Matsuda. He passed away March 14th. Scott passed away this past March 14th of 3 heart attacks. Holy shit! He had blood clot. It was back in March. Three heart attacks brought on by a blood clot. Now here he is as Razor Ramon. Now he first started out. Now begins his career in 1984 in the NWA. Begins feuding with Dusty Rhodes. He forms a tag team with Dan Spivey, the Starship Coyote and Starship Eagle Spivey. They compete in Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. They feud with Ole and Arn Anderson. They joined the NWA Central States in 1985. He joins the AWA in 1985. Calls him Magnum Scott Hall. So as there he is with Kurt Hennig. Due to let's see. Okay. It was his resemblance to Thomas Magnum PI that made him that the promoters called him Magnum Scott Hall. So. Anyways, here he is with the late Kurt Hennig. AWA owner Vern Gagne wanted Hall to be the next version of Hulk Hogan. who left for WWF. Formed a tag team with Curt Hennig. They won the AWA tag team titles from Steven Regal and Jimmy Garvin on January 18th, 1986. They fused with Buddy Rose, Doug Summers, Boris Zukov, Nord the Barbarian. Scott Hall leaves the NWA in 1989. In 1970 and 1990, he would try out for like the WWE, but he wasn't signed for a contract. There he is as the Diamond Stud in WCW. Jim Ross brought Hall to WCW. Yeah, so he feuds with like the Great Muta, Mike Rotunda, Sid Vicious, Ron Simmons, and Butch Reed. Final WCW match was like November 7th. Takes a hiatus from there. All right. Razor. Here's another picture of Razor Ramon, 4-time Intercontinental Champion. All right. So he returns to WCW as the Diamond Stud. All right. So, okay. And then managed by Diamond Dallas Page, he appears as a Super Brawl pay-per-view. Defeats Tom Zink, Tommy Wildfire Rich. His final WCW TV match was on May 8th. Then, this is where his career picks up. So, May 1992, Scott Hall joins the WWF as Razor Ramon. Now, the gimmick of Razor Ramon, Scott drew some inspiration. Now, all right. So, anyways, the gimmick of Razor Ramon came from the movie Scarface. I mean, he told, he was like, Vince McMahon wanted Scott Hall to have a GI gimmick, like a GI soldier gimmick. But Scott Hall told him about the movie Scarface. He began like telling McMahon in mannerisms of Tony Montana, "Hey, something happened to his gold. Something happened to you." All right. So basically, his WWE career, he fused with Bret Hart, the 1-2-3 Kid, Shawn Michaels, Diesel, Jeff Jarrett, Goldust, Rick Martel. Like I said, he wins the Intercontinental Championship. And where is that picture right there? All right. The Intercontinental Championship 4 times from Diesel, from Jeff Jarrett, from Dean Douglas, from, as I'm not mistaken, Goldust. Now, contract renewal time came up for Mr. Hall. And Vince didn't, him and Vince, all right. Him and Vince went back and forth on a contract. And as we all know, Scott Hall, for 6 weeks, Scott Hall rejected the contract. He went to him and, all right. So anyways, where is that picture? All right. So the NWO. All right. So they went to WCW. Kevin Nash, Scott Hall. This was Scott Hall's first appearance on WCW Nitro, where he interrupted a match, just walked out in the crowd. He said, "Hey, you know why I'm here. You want a war? You got one." Over his WCW career, he was a 1-time WCW TV champion, 2-time WCW United States champion, 7-time WCW Tag Team champion. He was the winner of the World War III 1997 60-man Battle Royal, 3 rings. Now, in 2002, Vince McMahon brought back the NWO. All right. So, anyways, brought back the NWO as they bought out. WCW went under. So, anyways, yes. Now this was like, check this out. New World Order, Back in Black. Good one. Good DVD here that focuses Scott on Scott Hall's career. Yeah, like the inspiration for like Razor Ramon was Tony Montana. So, but yes, personal demons. But he did manage to like. Here he is at the Diamond Stud in WCW with Diamond Dallas Page. As Razor Ramon. And if you've seen the vignettes, I posted some of them on my Facebook page, my Blogcast page. There you go. And Intercontinental Champion 4 times. There you go. So here he is with Scott, with like the late Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig. And he was inducted. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame, the WWE Hall of Fame, 2014 as Razor Ramon, and 2020 with the NWO. So they were these 3 guys were inducted into the 2020 Hall of Fame as the NWO. Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall. So, all right. There we are. There's more pics of him right there. Razor Ramon. All right. And yeah, so early, like this past, back in March, Mr. Scott Hall passed away from a heart attack. Yeah, so there you are. All right, so. 5 gong salute to Mr. Scott Hall. All right. Okay, so. I posted several vignettes of like the Razor Ramon character on my Facebook page, my Blogcast page. So, all right. Oh, right. All right. So yeah, look for them. All right. All right, what do we got here? Just checking out some notifications. All right, so. All right. So, anyways, yeah. It is. Oh well. Anyways, cheers to you, Mr. Hall, wherever you are right now. Say hello to the bad guy. Something happened to this gold. Something happened to you. His finishing maneuver. Oh God, what was that? The it's the Razor's Edge. Yes, that's what his finishing maneuver was. You had to see it. So, and the music. Dun, 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 dun. So, cheers to you, Mr. Scott Hall, wherever you may be right now. So, anyways, yes, it is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 4.0, episode 237. It is Thursday, December 29th, 2022. We are on the last blogcast of 2023. So, cheers to everybody who's still watching out there. Boom. All right. So, yeah. As I'm going to remind everybody tonight, this blogcast is not spam. The audio version goes out later on Spotify, Anchor FM, and all these audio listening platforms where you listen to your podcast to. So, right there. Plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at YouTube.com. So, like us, share up, subscribe to us. I want to give shouts out to everybody watching the Port Elgin Sarnia groups, all the Stokes Inland, Lizards Bar, Sarnia Rocks. Michelle, you guys like rock. Chain Reaction, Glenn and the guys, that's a great band. If you ever get a chance to see Chain Reaction in concert near you, go see them. They're a great time. 80s music. All the shouts out to everybody watching like in the pop culture, retro, classic, nostalgia groups, Van Halen, classic rock, hard rock, hair metal, craft beer, cigars, Star Wars, sci-fi, Star Trek, pro wrestling, blogspot, classic TV and movies, the Olivia Newton John, the Bon Jovi, the Meatloafs, Scott Hall groups, Magnum PIs. Cheers, everybody. Tonight's craft beer, and this is a good one. I've got their glass. It is called 21 Lagerdale by the Outlaw Brew in Southampton, Ontario, Canada. And I first tried this back in 2019, July 19th, on Blogcast 69, where I gave it a 5 out of 5 rating. So, top it up. All right. Now, I've since changed my rating system. I'll explain the rating system later on. Plus, I'll give a shout out to the craft breweries that I visited back in 2020, this past year. A salute. But yeah, this is a crisp, clean, comfortable craft beer. No unpleasant aftertaste. Goes down really smooth. All right. It's good for fishing. It's good for hanging out in the back deck. Like I said, it's a spring, summer, and fall beer. Which reminds me. Send a messenger. Outlaw. Alright. Outlaw Brew. Alright, there we go. Alright. Okay. Alright. So, yeah. Got a good cigar going here. It is a Rocky Patel Vintage, 1999 Connecticut. Plus, I'm chasing the craft beer down with like Crown Royal Vanilla tonight. And Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year to you and your family. This is the last blogcast of 2022. So, all right. All right. So, yeah. Okay, as we move on, we have... all right. We have another legend that passed away this year. For all you Trekkies out there, we have Nichelle Nichols. You will recognize her as Lieutenant Uhura on Star Trek. Now, basically, like, she was born December 28, 1932 in Robbins, Illinois, U.S. She was an actress before she joined Star Trek. She was a guest actress on one of Gene Roddenberry's pre-Star Trek shows. And then Roddenberry wanted her for Lieutenant Uhura. Her other film and TV roles was like Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, Star Trek The Motion Picture, Star Trek The Search for Spock, Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, Star Trek V, The Final Frontier, Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. Plus she appeared in Spider-Man, Futurama, Young and the Restless, Deep Space Nine. She volunteered her time actually with NASA to recruit female pilots for the space agency. Dr. Sally Ride, Dr. Judith Resnick. Unfortunately, Nichelle passed away just back in July of 2022 at the age of 89 in Silver City, New Mexico. She considered quitting Star Trek, but her biggest fan, Dr. Martin Luther King, told her, do not quit the show. Please do not quit the show. And she didn't, so she stayed. So good for her. There she is, Miss Nichelle Nichols. Now, her best moment was actually she was promoted to lieutenant commander and then full commander and captain of Starship after the movie The Undiscovered Country. Now, her best moment was in Star Trek III, The Search for Spock, with Mr. Adventure, Scott McGinnis. Now, there was a scene there in Star Trek III, The Search for Spock. There you go. Kirk, McCoy, Sulu, and Chekhov Kirk, Sulu, and Chekhov were breaking McCoy out of the Federation Funny Farm. And unknowns to this, the young lieutenant was sharing space duties with Uhura, and he was going on about, well, your career's winding down. Like, I mean, I want adventure in my career. I want surprises. I want, unexpected things to happen. And as he's saying this to Lieutenant Uhura, he goes, well, your career's winding down. You're old. You're going, and she's just giving him the stare-eyed, like, I mean, be careful what you wish for, Lieutenant, because it just might come true. And then Kirk, McCoy, Sulu showed up, and he's going, it's damn irregular. There's no orders here. Where are they going? Oh my God. And it's like, well, Lieutenant, you better get in the closet before something happens. And she pointed a phaser at him at gunpoint, and he's like, this is damn irregular. What happens? Well, be careful what you wish for, Lieutenant, because you're just going to get it. And she locked him in the closet while the Kirk, Sulu, McCoy, and Chekhov took off for the planet Vulcan, took off to steal the Enterprise, to steal Spock's body, and go to Vulcan. So I think that was Lieutenant Uhura's best moments there. And so anyways, I give the 5-gong salute to Miss Nichelle Nichols, Lieutenant Uhura. All right. Cheers to you, Miss Nichols, wherever you are right now. All right. So there you go. I posted like that. You should. It's on the Facebook page, my blogcast page. Her best moments, her interviews. So there you are. And so, all right. Okay. So, all right. Okay. All right. Good cigar here. It is a Rocky Patel Vintage Connecticut cigar. It is Thursday, December 29th, 2022. It is Big Jims Blogcast Live version 4.0, episode 237. It is the last blogcast for 2022. So, I want to say Happy New Year to everybody. We've got a couple of a triple shot classic albums coming our way. All right. So, anyways, oh shit, I got to get this picture out again. So, all right. So, directly related to the career of one Olivia Newton John. There we go. All right. So, okay. Before we do that, though. Okay. So, anyways, this blogcast, I'm going to remind everybody tonight that this blogcast is not spam. The audio version goes out later on Spotify, Anchor FM, and all these audio listening platforms where you listen to your podcast to. There you go. Super close up of that. and plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at YouTube.com. Shouts out to everybody watching in these. We're not spam. Like us, share, and subscribe to us. As I was put in Facebook jail at the beginning, I can't post shit for 6 days. I'm not going to be on for 6 days, so what does it matter? Shouts out to everybody watching in the Port Elgin Sarnia groups. Sarnia rocks. Michelle, Al, you guys rock. Chain Reaction, great little great rock band there. All the retro classic nostalgia pop culture groups, all the hard rock, hair metal, Van Halen groups, all the craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, pro wrestling, Blogspot, classic TV and movies, Olivia Newton John, Bon Jovi, Meatloaf, Magnum PI, Scott Hall, right on. So tonight's craft beer, chasing it down with like Crown Royal Vanilla. It is 21 Lagered Ale by Outlaw Brew in Southampton, Ontario, Canada. And I'm re-rating it because, well, I'll top this up. I first gave it a rating of 5 out of 5 back on July 19th, 2019, Blogcast 69. Since then, I've changed the rating system, so this is eligible to be re-rated, re-reviewed, re-tasted, you know. I'll give it a rating out of 10 later on in the Blogcast, so if you're still here. Now, it's a crisp, clean, comfortable beer. It's a spring, summer, and fall beer. No unpleasant aftertaste to it. Goes down smooth. Suitable for fishing, baseball, barbecue, hanging out in the back deck with your buddies. All right. So, yeah. Outlaw Brew, you've got a winner here. So, stick around. Yeah, I'll give you my number. I'll throw in a number later on. All right. So, now we get to our classic albums. Now, I found this, all right, the Xanadu soundtrack to, well, the movie. All right. So, this was released January 27th, 1980. Basically, ELO produced this band. You've got, it was a movie. Basically, the plot, Sonny Malone. You've got singles here from, you've got Magic, Suddenly, Dancing, Spending Time, Whenever You're Away From Me, I'm Alive, The Fall, Don't Walk Away, All Over the World, like Xanadu. Produced by Jeff Lynne. The soundtrack, the album did much better than the movie. This went to #1 in the US, UK, the Netherlands, Australia, Canada, Germany, Sweden, selling over 5 million copies. The Xanadu soundtrack was a smash hit, unlike the film. The film like bombed at the box office. Like, I mean, basically the plot: Sonny Malone, played by Michael Beck, is a struggling artist in LA. He meets Kira. They fall in love. Sonny meets and befriends Danny McGuire. Like I said, here's the cast of Xanadu. Gene Kelly. This was Michael Beck's 5th film role, Olivia Newton John's 4th film role, and Gene Kelly's final film role. It's a cult classic where you can find it. Yeah. So, like I said, the soundtrack was a hit for MCA Records. The film didn't do all that well, but yeah. So there you are. We've got like, all right. We've got the lyrics in here. There we go. There we go. Original packaging there. So, all right. Okay. So, anyways, all right. Okay. All right. So we get to our triple shot. There we are. And out of this cast, the only person's career that suffered was Michael Beck's career. Olivia Newton John was the Golden Girl, just coming off of Grease. Gene Kelly, well, his career was winding down. He was retiring, so he didn't give a shit. So the only person's career affected by this was Michael Beck's. So whenever you're away from me. Da, 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 da. All right. So as we get to our triple shot, oh yeah, we've got this album. All right, Meatloaf's "Bat Out of Hell," released October 21st, 1977, on Epic Records, produced by Todd Rundgren. You've got all the "Bat Out of Hell." You took the words right out of my mouth. "Heaven Can Wait." All revved up with "No Place to Go." 2 out of 3 ain't bad. "Paradise" by the Dashboard Light. "We're Crying Out Loud." There you go. There's meat on the back. All right. So, cover art, Jim Steinman and artist Roger Corbin did the cover art. You had Phil Rizzuto, Ellen Foley guest star on this album. But this album did gangbusters for Meatloaf's career. And it was earlier this year that Meatloaf passed away, Marvin a Day. And so, yeah. Like a bat out of hell. Alright. So, yeah, earlier this year, Marvin a Day, better known as Meatloaf, passed away. We'll do the 5 gong salute to him. Alright. So, and we also have, alright, give me a minute here. All right. All right. So, anyways. Okay. So now we've got this album. All right. This Slippery When Wet classic, released August 18th, 1986, on Mercury Records in North America. It was recorded in Vancouver, British Columbia, produced by Bruce Fairbairn and Bob Rock. After the album 78 Fahrenheit, Bon Jovi changed the way and its sound for Slippery When Wet. They had collaborated with Desmond Child. They wrote over 30 songs and presented them to a group of teenagers. John Bon Jovi hated Living on a Prayer at first, but Sam Bora convinced him it was a hit. The band, John Bon Jovi. Okay, we've got side 1, Let It Rock, You Give Your Love a Bad Name, Living on a Prayer. Social Disease, Wanted Dead or Alive. Raise Your Hands, Without Love, I Die For You, Never Say Goodbye. Wild in the Streets. There's John Bon Jovi and the Boys. So, all right. So, anyways, all right. But yeah, there's Bon Jovi back in their prime. For another reason, well, we're highlighting this rock record. It was Alec John Such, the bass player for Bon Jovi, who passed away earlier this year. We give you a 5 gong salute. All right. For Alec John Such, who passed away earlier this year. Former member of Bon Jovi. So, all right. So, those are our classic albums. All right. Okay. All right. Shit. Mm. Mm. All right. And wherever you are, Mr. Alec John Such, we raise a glass to you. Cheers, man. Mm. For the music of my youth. All right. So, all right. Yeah. So, anywho, those are our 3 triple shot classic albums: Xanadu, Slippery When Wet by Bon Jovi, and Meatloaf, Bad Out of Hell. So, like a bat out of hell. Dun, dun, dun. I posted like all the videos from all the crucial videos from Bat Out of Hell, Slippery When Wet, Xanadu on my Facebook page, my blogcast page. So look for them, like them. All right. So I've still got Grease on. I'm still watching the movie's still on there. So. All right. So, yeah. We'll get to some tributes, but right now, all right. So, anyways, it is Big Jims Blogcast Live version 4.0, episode 237. It is Thursday, December 29th, 2022. This is the last blogcast for 2022. So, and anyways, I just wanted to say that this blogcast is not spam. I was put in Facebook jail earlier today, right into 5 minutes into the blogcast. I can't share shit for like about another 6 days. So, Big Jims Blogcast Live. The audio version goes out later on Spotify, Anchor FM, and all these audio listening platforms you listen to your podcast to. Plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at youtube.com. Give shouts out to everybody watching in the Sarnia, Port Elgin groups. Sarnia rocks. Michelle, Al, you guys rock. Chain Reaction, great band there. You get a chance, you go see them. You have good times. All the retro, classic, nostalgia, pop culture groups, all the hair metal, hard rock, Van Halen groups, all the like craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Wars, Star Trek, pro wrestling, classic pro wrestling, all the Blogspot, classic TV and movies, the Olivia Newton John, Bon Jovi, Meatloaf, Scott Hall, Magnum PI. There you go. Our craft beer for tonight, chasing it down with like Crown Royal Vanilla. It is 21 Lagered Ale by the Outlaw Brewery in Southampton, Ontario, Canada. Gotta say, I first tried this back in July 19th, 2019 on Blogcast 69. Gave it a 5 out of 5, so I'm re-rating it because I changed my rating system a long time ago. Oh yeah. Great beer. Spring, summer, and fall. No unpleasant aftertaste to it. Good fishing beer. Good back deck beer. Good barbecue beer. Comfortable. Clean. Crisp. So if you're still around and you want to throw it a number, please feel free to do so. So, all right. So we're going to get to we've got our most favorite time in the blogcast. It is This Week in Van Halen History from December 18th to December 29th. All right, here we go. December 18th, 2010, Sammy Hagar plays Windstar World at the in Dallas, Texas. December 19th, 1984, David Lee Roth releases the single California Girls. December 20th, 1986, David Lee Roth plays the Great Western Forum in Inglewood, California. December 21st, 1983, Van Halen releases the single Jump. December 22nd, 2007, Van Halen plays the Crack Arena in Oakland, California. December 23rd, 1995, David Lee Roth plays the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada. December 24th, 1984, Van Halen appear on the Cicada radio show Off the Record. December 25th, 1982, Sammy Hagar album Three Lock Bach debuts at number 97 on the Billboard album chart. December 26th, 1976, Van Halen plays the Golden Crest Ballroom in Norwalk, California. December 27th, 1985, David Lee Roth attends a Rat concert at the Forum in Los Angeles, California. December 28th, 1978, Sammy Hagar plays the Center Arena in Seattle, Washington. Boom. And that is all for this week in Van Halen history. All right. Here we go. All right. So, yeah. All right. All right. Okay. So, who do we have here? All right. So, before we get to our... Well, all right. So, this is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 4.0, episode 237, Thursday, December 29th, 2022. I want to wish everybody a happy new year for 2023. This is the last blogcast of 2022. So, yeah, I got a good cigar going. It is from Riverfront Cigars. It's a Rocky Patel vintage Connecticut. All right. Got a good craft beer. Chasing it down with like Crown Royal Vanilla. It is called 21 Lagered Ale. I've got their glass here. Look at that. Look at that. That's like clear, crisp tasting beer. I rated this back on Blogcast 69 on July 19th, 2019. I gave it a 5 out of 5. I'm re-rating it, reviewing it because I changed my rating system. And so I'm going to give it a rating out of 10 later on in the Blogcast. But I got to tell you, I'm topping it up here. Whoa, look at that. I got to tell you, it's a crisp, clean, comfortable beer. Spring, summer, and fall, suitable for like the back deck, fishing, barbecuing. No unpleasant aftertaste to it. Oh, yeah. So, if you're still around, you want to throw it like I'm going to throw it a number out of 10. So, all right. So, all right. Now, it saddened me this past year that we like lost a bunch of like icons. Olivia Newton John being one of them. Meatloaf, Alec John Such, Roger E. Mosley. Who else there? Meatloaf. But we lost a few other people. Like, all right, so we'll go through them. And at the end, I will give a 5-gong salute. This one, a bit close to home for me. Howard Hessman, Dr. Johnny Fever, one of my favorite TV shows. He passed away earlier this year. Best known for like Howard Hessman. Best known for Dr. Johnny Fever. Very sad. I see we're throwing out numbers already. This guy, Ivan Reitman, producer of Ghostbusters, also passed away this year. This Kirstie Alley, she passed away earlier this year. She was best known for Rebecca Howe on Cheers and Saavik on Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Plus, Look Who's Talking To. Legendary man, James Caan, starred in The Godfather and his own TV series, Las Vegas. There we go. This guy, Steve Grimmett of Grim Reaper, speed metal band. See you in hell, my friends. I see you in hell, my friends. I see you in hell. Man. All right. And this guy is expected, the rock and roll Hellraiser himself. Jerry Lee Lewis passed away earlier this year. Whole lot of shaking going on. Doot, doot. And honest to God, Naomi Judd. I can't tell who's the mother and who's the daughter here. This has got to be, okay, that's Winona, and that's Naomi Judd right there. And she passed away earlier this year, bringing an end to the Judds. I mean, great little country music group there. We have Taylor Hawkins, drummer for the Foo Fighters, passed away earlier this year at age 50. This guy, you got to recognize this guy. Dan McCafferty from Nazareth passed away earlier this year. Now you're messing with a son of a bitch. We have Christine McVie, of course, from Fleetwood Mac, passed away earlier this year. We have legendary Ray Liotta from Goodfellas, Karina, the movie Blow, Copland, and a bunch of other movies. Legendary Ray Liotta. And of course, we've got the Queen of Country Music, Loretta Lynn herself, who passed away earlier this year. And of course, we've got Bob Saget. Of course, you know him as Danny Tanner from Full House. We've got Gilbert Gottfried, comedian, Saturday Night Live. And you may recognize Philip Baker Hall. Now, he was a veteran character actor. He's been on Seinfeld and a bunch of other TV and movies. And the movie Boogie Nights. And Seinfeld as the overzealous librarian enforcer. So, yeah. So, as we do that, we give the 5-bell salute to all these individuals. All right, cheers to you guys, to all of you. I mean, wherever you are right now, I hope you're in a better place. Cheers. All right, so, okay. Okay. All right. All right. So yeah, the 5 gong salute to all of you. May you rest in peace. We'll all remember you guys. So yeah, 5 gong salute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So before I rate this beer, now I will explain my rating system. Okay, well, I knew I forgot something, but all right. So now, I changed it from 5 out of 5 a long time ago, rating beers out of 5, a couple of years ago, to rating beers out of 10. So from 10 to 7 is good, great, instant classic. From 6 to 5 is okay, all right, good, middle of the road. From 4 to 1 is dangerous, drink at your own risk. Tastes like it was brewed in a sewage plant. The devil wouldn't drink it. I wouldn't cross. Even if I was thirsty and I hadn't drunk for a year, I still wouldn't drink it. And believe me, I've run across several beers that were like, yeah. So, but before we do that, I want to give shouts out to the craft breweries I've visited this past year. All right, Bayfield Brewing. All right, in Bayfield. Sons of Kent Brewing in Chatham, Ontario. Oh shit. All right. Black Gold Brewery in Petrolia. All right. Boom. Imperial City Brewhouse in Sarnia, Ontario. Big Family Brewing Company in Sarnia, Ontario. All right. Two Water Brewing in Corunna, Ontario. All right. Rusty Wrench Brewing Company in Strathroy, Ontario. Point Brewing, the new boys on the block in... wait a minute. No, Square Brew in Godrich, Ontario. Point Brewing, these are the new kids on the block. They opened up this year in Point Edward, Ontario. Grey Matter Brewing in Kincardine, Ontario. Outlaw Brew in Southampton, Ontario. Three Sheets Brewing in Port Elgin, Ontario, Canada. And River Road Brewing and Hops in Bayfield, Ontario. They're the ones on the farm, and they've got a goat. So, all right. Okay. Like a bat out of hell. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So, all right. So I explained my rating system. I gave a craft brewery shout out. Now it's time. All right. What do we got here? All right. It will come from Big Jims Blogcast Live. All right. So, okay. So anyways, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Like and share. Subscribe to us. I am tonight's craft beer, and it was like 5 out of 5 3 years ago. July 19th, 2019 on Blogcast number 69. It is 21 Laggard Ale by Outlaw Brewing Company. All right. So, okay, if you've got a number, throw it out there. Oh yeah, crisp, clean, comfortable tasting beer. It goes down smoothly. There's no unpleasant aftertaste to it. Good spring, summer, and fall beer. Suitable for fishing, on your back deck, on the patio, doing a barbecue. It's a beach beer. Here we go. All right. So, 10 out of 10. Damn it. Great job, guys. Great job. All right. Oh, man. All right. I got to tell the world here. Oh, man, yeah. All right. 10 out of 10. Perfect. It's great. So, I mean, there were some people that were close. I mean, come on. I mean, yeah. All right. Boom. Give a 5 gong salute to that beer. All right. Boom. Yeah. All right. What happened there? All right. Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, yeah, we've got that. 10 out of 10, great beer. Fuck, I mean, you couldn't ask for more. Cheers to like the staff at Outlaw Brew in Southampton, Ontario, for making like 21 Lager Ale a classic. And so, all right, what do we got here? All right, yeah. All right. Yeah, I can't say anything bad about this beer. It's like an instant classic. Go out and get it. Go out and get this beer straight from Outlaw or your local liquor store. But damn good beer. 10 out of 10. All right. So, oh yeah, and I also wanted to tell you guys, that this is the issue of the Growler. It's your Ontario Craft Beer Guide. It is, I picked this up. It's Volume 4, Issue 1. It's got all the, it tries to be up to date. It's got all the up to date listings of the craft breweries in Ontario, Canada. What beers they have, if they're a restaurant, what services they offer. So I would go out and get that. That's your Ontario Craft Beer Guide. All right. So I'm going to give you guys a motivational, inspirational quote. Don't limit your challenges, challenge your limits. All right? Don't limit your challenges, challenge your limits. And that's by Jerry Dunn. All right. So, yeah. All right. Boom. All right. So, yeah. This is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 4.0, episode 237. It is Thursday, December 29th, 2022. This is the last blogcast of the year. Happy New Year to everybody. I want to say that this blogcast is not spam. The audio version goes out later on Spotify, Anchor FM, and all these audio listening platforms where you listen to your podcast to. Plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at youtube.com. Shouts out to everybody watching in the Sarnia, Port Elgin groups, Sarnia Rocks, Sarnia, Ontario, Chain Reaction, great band there. You guys got a chance to see a great band. Go see Chain Reaction. All the retro classic pop culture nostalgia groups, all the Van Halen, hard rock, hair metal groups, all the craft beer, cigars, all the sci-fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, pro wrestling, blog, classic TV and movies, Bon Jovi, Meatloaf. Yeah, so, all right. Now, a bunch of you have been asking me about T-shirts. Now, these T-shirts, if you want a T-shirt like mine, with the baseball jersey, or any design, or like this, all right. With the plain white T-shirt with the logo on it. There you go. All right. Or a baseball jersey like mine. I've got one right here on the front or the back. Front, the back, front, or in a tank top. Email me. Inbox me with your stats, what you want in a T-shirt. It's $35, shipping and handling included. 6 to 8 weeks for delivery. I can't help that, but just inbox me, and I'll do my best to get those out to you. It would make a good. It would have made a good Christmas gift for somebody, as we're seeing in countries now like Ireland, Mexico, Japan. We're seeing worldwide. I'm not kidding. I'm not embellishing that. We've got viewers in like Mexico, southern United States, Ireland, Scotland, Japan. So yeah. All right. Oh, yeah. All right. All right. All right. Good cigar there. All right. Yeah. Fuck. So, what do we got going on? All right. This is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 4.0, episode 237. It is Thursday, December 29th, 2022. This is the last blogcast for 2022. We're going to return Sunday, January 15th, 2023. All right, people. So, all right. All right, people. Birthday shout-out. Craft beer review. 10 out of 10 on the Outlaw 21 Lager Ale by the Outlaw Brew in Southampton, Ontario, Canada. All right. Birthday shout-outs. Jeremy Burr, Curtis Ackerman, Chris Etherington, Glenn McKinnon, Marianne Pugsley, Janet DeBoer, Terry Burrell, Terry Rice and Tanya Pether, Dara Bunda, Sherry Bell, Sherry Lemke, Annette Rieger, Ian Brown, Kim Monday, Carol Butler, Brandon Foster, Ann Gotchu, Jerry Berensky, Keith Airy, Dave Miller, Tammy Duke, Janet Bordeaux, Julie Holden, Jennifer Honsinger, Jerry Chevalier, Jody Beggs, Billy Joe Tipley, Margaret Bird, Chris Thomas. We did our local events. We did Grease, Xanadu, tribute to Olivia Newton John, Magnum PI Season 1 to 8 overview, the career of the late Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, the late Nichelle Nichols, her best moments on Star Trek as Lieutenant Uhura, our double shot classic album from Bon Jovi, Meatloaf and Xanadu, our tributes, our This Week in Van Halen history, our inspirational motivational quote, don't limit your challenge, challenge your limits, by Jerry Dunn. All right, people. Yeah, this is Big Jims Blogcast Live version 4.0, episode 237, Thursday, December 29th, 2022. Like us, share, subscribe to us. We will come back to you Sunday, January 15th, 2023. That is the New Year premiere for Big Jims Blogcast Live. So, all right. Got a good cigar here from Riverfront Cigars. All right, we did our craft brewery salute from 2022. So yeah, what more is there? 10 out of 10 on the greatest beer ever, 21 Lager Ale. There we go. Oh yeah. All right. Cheers, everybody, and I will see you in 2023. All right. All right. Yeah. All right. So, be good. Stay safe. Have a happy New Year wherever you're going. Don't drink and drive. Happy 2023. Hope to see you back here Sunday, January 5th, 2023. So, cheers, everybody. And, yeah, be good. For Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 4.0, I'm Jim. So, cheers.